Renegade Immortal Episode 118. In the previous episode, Yao Xixue sought Wang Lin's help to break a powerful ancient restriction, offering him a generous reward of celestial jades. But Wang Lin, calm and unshaken, continued to negotiate, forcing her to reveal something far more valuable, the legendary Blood Soul Pill. A treasure said to defy death itself. Yet unbeknownst to him, the pill she offered was a flawed copy, created to trap any who relied on it. After receiving the pill, Wang Lin began to suspect a hidden scheme and called upon Cao Yidou to confirm its origin. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. For someone of Cao Yidou's status to know of this was already strange. And Cao Yidou even said that almost every cultivator knew the identification method. At that moment, Wang Lin's sharp mind pieced everything together. All of this, from Yao Xixue's carefree confidence to Cao Yidou's casual remark, pointed to one conclusion. This was a scheme laid out by the Blood Ancestor himself. He thought silently, if even Cao Yidou knows how to tell the difference between real and fake blood soul pills, then surely such knowledge exists. But aside from the Blood Ancestor and his daughter, there can't be a third person who truly knows the secret method. A faint glimmer of cold light flashed in Wang Lin's eyes. The pill he held in his hand, the so-called Blood Soul Pill, was fake. A real one could grant rebirth, but a fake would bring death. His gaze hardened. Yao Xixue, since you are so vicious, don't blame me for being ruthless. He was about to crush the waxy pill in his hand, but suddenly, a thought crossed his mind. Instead of destroying it, he carefully placed it inside his bag of holding. It was this kind of foresight and cunning that had allowed Wang Lin to survive countless dangers and rise to such power. Even back when he was only at the core formation stage, the 8th Extreme Demon Lord had already seen through him, ruthless, bold, decisive, cold, brave, thoughtful, strong-willed, and as cunning as a fox. Those words described Wang Lin perfectly. To see through the Blood Ancestor's deception from a single expression in an offhand remark, that level of perception was something even cultivators who had lived for thousands of years would struggle to match. Only ancient monsters who had cultivated for tens of thousands of years and understood the human heart could do the same. It reminded Wang Lin of his days on planet Suzaku, when he had seen through Lu Mei's thousand illusion ruthless domain simply by noticing the subtle differences between two of her disciples. The heavens might not have gifted him with the best cultivation talent, but through years of hardship, his mind had been sharpened to a razor's edge. His cunning and insight were his true weapons, a form of balance crafted by fate itself. Now, with calm precision, Wang Lin waved his hand, and the bag of holding that Yao Xixue had left behind flew into his grasp. Spreading his divine sense inside, he quickly confirmed her words. The amount of celestial jades was indeed enough to push his cultivation to the late stage of soul transformation. 3 days, he murmured softly. Taking a deep breath, he pressed his palm to the ground, and his body was swallowed by a flash of black light, disappearing into the earth. Deep underground, Wang Lin sat cross-legged, eyes closed, surrounded by a sea of celestial jades. A brilliant spiritual aura filled the air as he absorbed the celestial energy with relentless focus. The jades around him slowly crumbled to dust. To reach the late stage of soul transformation required an enormous amount of celestial energy. Wang Lin did not rest, he absorbed continuously, drawing the celestial power into his body like a raging tide. Yet instead of fusing the energy immediately, he condensed it, forming something similar to the demon crystal he had studied during his time at the Soul Refining Tribe. He understood its structure well. If demonic spiritual energy could be condensed into a crystal, then celestial energy could be shaped the same way. In the past, he hadn't dared to waste celestial jades on such an experiment, but now, with Yao Xixue's resources at hand, he could finally attempt it. As the energy condensed, a faint, shimmering crystal began to take form within his body. Its surface pulsed with a radiant celestial glow. This was the celestial crystal, a new creation born of his insight and persistence. The amount of energy stored within was only 1/10 of what he had received. But it was pure, stable, and incredibly powerful. He continued to absorb energy without pause. 3 days passed, and once again, the purple moon rose, the biannual phenomenon known as the rise of the purple demon. Far above ground, Yao Xixue stood upon an ancient mountain, bathed in eerie violet light. Her gaze swept across the horizon, her brows furrowed in faint anxiety. The time is almost here. Could he really have changed his mind? She muttered to herself. Just then, a streak of light tore through the sky, swift as lightning, heading straight toward her. Her eyes lit up. The beam stopped above the peak and revealed Wang Lin, dressed in white, his long hair fluttering in the demonic breeze. He looked calm, poised, and utterly composed. "You're right on time," Yao Xixue said coldly. "Now, I need to activate the formation so no one else will detect what happens here." She took several blood-colored statues from her bag of holding. Each was only a few inches tall, carved into the shapes of strange, ferocious beasts. As she formed a series of seals, her voice echoed in a low chant. Then, biting her tongue, she spat out blood to draw a crimson symbol in the air. With a slap of her palm, the symbol expanded and pressed itself onto the ground. The statues moved on their own, taking positions in 7 directions before sinking into the earth. Blood-red light flared briefly, and a mysterious force spread out from the mountain, wrapping the entire area in silence. Wang Lin extended his divine sense, and immediately froze in surprise. He could not sense himself. It was as if his divine sense had been severed from his body. No matter how he tried, he could not locate his own presence. It was like a mortal looking into a mirror and finding that their reflection had vanished. Yao Xixue's cold voice broke the silence. "There's no need to check. Unless someone has the strength of a demon general, this concealment cannot be broken." Wang Lin withdrew his divine sense, inwardly impressed. "Was this formation created by your father, the Blood Ancestor?" he asked. "That's correct." She placed a blood-colored compass on the ground and began calculating the position of the upcoming phenomenon. Then she turned toward him and said, "Remember our agreement. When the rise of the purple demon reaches its peak, a ray of bloodlight will shoot out from this compass. It will last for only 1 breath of time. Follow me closely." Wang Lin silently nodded. She continued, "When we return, I'll give you the remaining celestial jades, the blood token, and the true method of using the blood soul pill." Before he could respond, the world changed. The purple glow in the sky suddenly deepened. It was as though a heavenly beast devoured the moon. A surge of violet light spread across the heavens and earth until everything was bathed in purple. At that moment, the compass shone brightly, releasing a sharp, blood-colored beam that pierced through the violet glow like a sword through silk. "Let's go," Yao Xixue shouted, leaping into the light. Wang Lin's eyes flashed coldly as he followed, his body moving like lightning. The instant they entered, the blood-colored light vanished, along with the compass, and the purple radiance faded from the world. The rise of the purple demon had ended once more. The transmission was instantaneous and precise. Wang Lin recognized the sensation immediately. This was a pinpoint transfer array, anchored to a fixed location deep within the demon spirit land. As the discomfort faded, he opened his eyes to find himself standing on an enormous platform surrounded by swirling trails of blood that formed a vast formation beneath his feet. The air shimmered faintly with residual energy. Yao Xixue recovered moments later. When she opened her eyes, the blood trails had already disappeared. Wang Lin's gaze swept the surroundings. The space they stood in had no clear boundary between sky and earth. It was filled with floating specks of light that illuminated the area in a surreal, dreamlike glow. A narrow, winding path stretched ahead, about 10 feet wide, swaying gently as if alive. It was the only route forward, leading into the unknown. The transfer array they had used was carved into the platform beneath their feet, hidden within complex lines and symbols. Yao Xixue seemed familiar with this place. Sitting cross-legged, she said calmly, "Meditate and comprehend your domain. Only by obtaining the qualification mark can one step onto the path of the revered beast." Then she closed her eyes and began to cultivate, saying nothing more. Wang Lin turned his gaze toward the strange path. The moment he looked closely, his pupils shrank. It wasn't a road at all. It was the body of a colossal dragon-like beast. The scale and texture were unmistakable. His thoughts raced. This must be the revered beast she mentioned, yet even in the memories of the ancient god 2C, there is no record of such a creature. That means it either appeared after his era, or even 2C didn't know of it. What kind of place is this, where such a monstrous being exists? Who could have used its body to create a path? The realization sent a chill down his spine. Whoever had forged this place was unimaginably powerful. His eyes flickered with resolve as he glanced at Yao Xixue, who was still meditating. I must find a way to learn everything about this place from her, he thought. After a long moment of contemplation, Wang Lin slowly sat down in the lotus position. He steadied his breath, letting his thoughts grow still. Just as he was about to immerse himself in his domain, a sudden thought entered his mind. In this episode, we saw Wang Lin uncover the Blood Ancestor's deception, realizing that the blood soul pill given by Yao Xixue was a deadly fake. Using his sharp mind and caution, he secretly kept the pill instead of destroying it and began cultivating with the celestial jades she provided. After 3 days of intense effort, he successfully condensed a powerful celestial crystal within his body. Following Yao Xixue, he then entered a mysterious place connected to the revered beast, where ancient power and secrets awaited him. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive updates on the newest episodes in Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video.